Shut up and sit down.
Hello again, folks. Colin here, Vesta 67's workshop. Welcome, welcome, welcome to part 2. Build your own Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 1967. Wonderful folks over at DeAgostini. Yes, folks. What have we got in issue number 2 for you? You've got the indomitable Shelby GT500 in the magazine this month. The ambition to build the best muscle car persuaded Ford to collaborate with Carroll Shelby on a new project which resulted in the Mustang Shelby GT500 launched in 1967. The year that I was born, folks. Yes, 6 years ago. At time of recording, look at that. What an iconic car. And I don't know about you, cars of this generation, they just have that v-v-vum, don't they? You know, that looks like it's doing 100 miles an hour while stationary. It's just unbelievably beautiful to like these cars. So there you go, folks. There's all the different evolutions and designations of the car. This is what we're going to be building today. We're going to be building the front wheel. We got the tyre. We got the internal tyre parts, the rims, etc. So we're going to be putting that all together today. So by the end of this issue, we are going to end up with a wheel. And when I say a wheel, I mean a wheel, folks. Because just to my right, look at the size of that. Yeah, it's a big wheel. So that's what we're going to be putting together. And that shows you the location where the wheel's going to be on your model. Here you go. This is the Ford Thunderbird over at NASCAR. Some details there in the history of NASCAR and things like that. So it gives you an idea. And it's a big, big, big thing out in the States, NASCAR. And I like watching it, I must admit. I find it quite enthralling to watch it. So if you've never watched NASCAR in the UK, go and tune into it. It is on the sports channels. You can also watch it online, folks. Stream it. There you go. And then you've got all the different 9th generations there of the Ford Thunderbird, an improved version with a more aerodynamic body and a large range of engines. So there's some information in the magazine there for you this month to have a read on. So you can have a read of that once you're sitting there gloating at how wonderful your Mustang is looking. So I've got that just at the back there of the shop. We'll get this open and we'll start putting today's issue together for you, Pete. So let's get this all sorted. Bosh. Boshity bosh. Bosh. My God. Massive. Absolutely huge. Unbelievable. Absolute thing of beauty. There's a valve in there, a tyre valve. We want that. Whoa. There you go. Keep an eye out for that little bit, folks. It's sellotaped just inside, so you don't want to lose that. There you go. 2G, that piece. Bear that in mind. And then we got some screws, which this week are DS19 screws, folks. Got a little bag of them. You always get a couple extra, sometimes one, sometimes two, so bear that in mind. We'll drop those just to one side like that. Put them in afterwards, mate. Put this over out the way. And see what we've got for you now. Look at that. Oh, and that, eh? Oh. So, we have got these bad boys. Now, these look a little easier to get on than the Eleanor tyres. You've got two halves here of an insert that goes in, so you want to pop them in, like so. So just give it a squeeze, and it will go in, folks. He says optimistically. So let's just pop them in. Slight little stretch required. There you go. So that's the first one in. And that just gives that tyre a bit more solidity, because obviously with the weight of this car, by the end of the build, it would look like it's got 4 flat tyres, so we don't want that, do we? So to make mounting, you can soften the tyre. It says using warm water. Well, we'll see how we get on. We might need to, we might not. We'll see. But I've got a feeling I might be a bit lucky. We'll see. Now we'll give that a little bit of a persuasionary push, and that has popped straight in there. So I didn't need the warm water, because it was called Vesta's persuasionary technique. Grab yourself them little clips, and they just pop up inside between the two halves and click in place like that. Nice resounding click. Do the same underneath, and that'll then push the inners against the tyre, and it will give you that true tyre shape. You've got a wedge that goes in between the two parts there. Now the first one goes in easy, but the second one will be a bit tougher. Just give it a jiggle like I just did, and then both thumbs over the clips. Push it home like that, and hear that double click. Now look, you've got a really weighty but very robust solid tyre. Okay, so that's what you've got to do with them. You now need a wheel rim, which is this piece, and it then tells you to get 2G, which is this little bit, and this is the little tyre valve. So this goes up in there like that. Okay, so you want to make sure you put that in before you do anything else. Insert the thinner end of the valve all the way through the hole into the rim like that. And it's a square peg in a round hole, but you'll feel the resistance. And then I just use my little pickup tool, because it's got a flat edge, and it just pushes that valve through like that. You've got that. You then want to do the same with the inner wheel mounting bolts, and there's a tab on the moulding there, and you've got a little keyhole cut out there. See it? Just there. So I'll orientate that the correct way, push that all the way home like that, and that will give you your wheel nuts. Look at that. Oh, isn't it, eh? We then feed through from the back the long tapered section. Now if you notice on these little inserts, see the little notch each side? That is what these little engage in, little keys. So you just want that to go in, and you'll feel it, especially when you turn it around. When you look, you'll see that them lugs are actually engaged right down in there. See? And that's what you want to do. You want to get that so that you can't turn it at all. Right. I'm just double checking and triple checking, and then from the front you want to then feed these pieces in like so. Same thing, you've got your notches there like so, and it's got the valve at about 7 o'clock there. So that's how I'm going to put mine in, like that, there or thereabouts. And what you'll notice as you're putting this together is you want to line these holes up. Okay, so that's the key. So that side there, I just want to make sure that's engaged in there, which it has. There and there. And then I shall redo this one so that the holes all line up. Like that. That's what you want. So you might have to turn it around a couple of times, just so that you know that your holes are going to engage. And then once you've put your first screw in, it'll all start pulling together. I'm going to do these in diagonals, and I should do them in diagonals for a reason. It'll start pulling the wheel together and truing it up, which is what we want. So I'll get the first screw to start engaging. try not to let that fall out, so I'm just going to hold that with my finger just for a minute. There you go. I've now felt that start to bite. There you go. Just want to recheck them pegs. 100% sure that popped in there. Yeah, it did. But it's worth double checking, folks. Okay. So let's do that one. And then work my way around double way. There you go. Let's grab the second screw. There you go. And you can see that starts pulling that together. Now I can put one in the middle. Like that. Next one in there. By powers of deduction, I should have a spare, which I have. We can put that one in there. Gosh. And then we can start now going round and tightening all of these up. Diagonals is how I prefer to do it. You may prefer your way, and I'm doing 2 turns per screw, 2 full turns, working my way around in my diagonals until this wheel starts nipping home. 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and as you can see, that wheel now can be fully homed because it's gone in nice and true. Same with this one, down there, and there, and then along in there. That then gives you your wheel all true, and I'm just holding it in the light just to make sure I've got no gaps on the inside edge there, and that's all trued nicely. It's pinched nicely with the tyre. Same on the front there, the valve is in place. Again, looks really nice and symmetrical. So we can now have the cap. Now I'm just going to rest that in like so, just so that you can see what we've ended up with at the end of this issue. Just pop that in there, and that gives you a rather splendid looking Mustang wheel from the GT500, and you've got the Cobra symbol there. And look at that, absolutely stunning, and the weight, wow. So there you go, folks. Have you a bit of that? I'm going to love and leave you. Don't forget, if you want to order one of these and start building your 1967 Shelby GT500, follow the link just below there on the screen. Head over to DeAgostini's website and you can start your very own subscription and build along with me, folks. So until the next issue, I'm going to love and leave you. Remember, stay safe, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next issue. Bye-bye for now. That was really good. I'll get me coat.